My, oh my, oh my. Timmy D football, baby. Holy mackerel. Salt Lake City. How about that? Just got back. What a game, guys. Everybody, this is Tim Daniel with Zonal POV. We just got back from Salt Lake. Wow. I'll tell you what. You know what? I'm not going to rub it in. I'm not going to toot my horn. No, of course I'm going to toot my horn because they won on how we saw it. We talked about this last week, guys. Well, it was last week. Yeah, last week. We talked about it last week. Arizona had to run the ball to win the game. Did they run the ball? Hell yeah, they ran the ball. They needed to stop the run. Now, here, I kind of called for this game for Chubba May to not be in this game because he's not ready for Big 12 football. That's just my opinion. However, I know he's got a leg injury. So when I got into Utah and got some of the some of the news stuff, I did see that he wasn't going to play. Now, I'll tell you what, it was a great game, guys. It was a great game defensively. The second half, wow, this is the biggest win in my opinion, and I said it on the last episode. This is the biggest win since Rich Rod in the Big 12, the big Pac-12 championship. What is it, up in San Francisco, I believe what it was. So, yeah, this is the biggest win in the last almost 2 decades. They can carry this on. They can. So, let's move forward. Arizona 23, Utah 10 in beautiful Salt Lake. We were there. Okay, guys. Overall, what I did notice from the start, now when I really watched this game, I wanted to watch Utah's offensive line against the defensive line. And I really wanted to watch, let me see, what's the guy's, Michael Mikafus. You guys, you already know that I'm terrible with these names. Offensive lineman, Michael Mokafisi, Utah guard, right guard, outstanding lineman. This is the best undersized offensive line in the country in what Utah has. And I thought this was going to be a problem for Arizona. I thought they were just going to run the ball down their throat. And wow, I mean, what a performance defensively. You know, guys, I was just stunned. I was completely stunned at this game right here. Did I think they could win? Yeah, I predicted it. I predicted I didn't think Utah would score 10 points. I thought they would score 4 touchdowns, and I thought Arizona would outscore them. That's how I thought it was going to win. But hey, it went 23-10. A win's a win, and man, I'll take it definitely. I don't care if I was wrong on the score. The win is a win. But overall, they won the game by stopping the run. They won the game by moving a lot of people in and out on the defensive line. I kind of felt that's what they would need to do to start moving some bodies around to be successful stopping the run. Because, like I said, I have a home up in Park City, and my neighbor is a Utah coach, and so I knew that Cam Rising wasn't going to play. So I felt if they could stop the run and make that kid win the game, Arizona had a great chance. And I really thought they would be able to throw the ball around because Noah Fafita is 15 times the quarterback that Oklahoma State's quarterback is, and he was able to move the ball in the second half on Utah. So everything kind of played itself out, guys. It was just an overall great win, just everybody moving around. We're going to talk about another thing that I'm going to toot my horn on. You guys were all clamoring and upset about the delayed counter, the delayed handoff. Okay, what did they do? They went back to counter tray. Well, I mean, when I say I'm predicting it, I just think when you watch film and you see what's there, what you do and what's there, you tweak it and you attack it, or, hey, we already do that. We do well at it, and we're going to attack it again. And I think what they did is they tweaked it and they attacked. That's what I would have done. Not to say that I'm their football coach, but that's what I would have done in that particular situation. And I said it last week before the Utah game, run counter tray. And they ran it for close to 200 yards. And they did a great job. And what I love, Josh Baker, he is I know Takario Davis was the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week. In my opinion, the Arizona Player of the Week is Josh Baker. My goodness. Now, I'm a center. My dad was an NFL center. My dad trained centers. My dad trained long snappers. So I'm a center type of guy, even though I played tackle when I got in, center and tackle when I got into college. But overall, Josh Baker, he is one hell of a pulling center. And when they run counter tray, guys, or let me tell you, counter tray, it looks like a sweep, I guess you can say. But, counter tray is basically, it's funny blocking, down blocking, everybody kick out. But they run it with the zone concept. So it makes it look like a sweep and or outside zone. So terminology, guys, whatever terminology you want to call it, I call it counter tray. Someone call it zone counter. However you want to look at it, they ran for close to 200 yards against Utah. And what was impressive with me, guys, is how this coaching staff at Arizona, who I've not been very kind on the last month, they took on the best football coach in all of college football, and they just handed it to him. Absolutely just handed it to him. They outcoached Kyle Whittingham. They did. Now, I already knew, and this was news the other day, but I was asked from inside not to say anything, but Matt Atkins was calling the plays. This has been planned, guys. This has been planned for a while. I learned this, a few weeks ago, actually, that this is something that was along the way because it's a great move. Now, I'm not saying it's a great move because we won. Arizona won. We won, like I'm playing on the team. It's Atkins calling the plays is a great first step, and there was a great time to do it. Dino he's looking for another head job. There's no question about it. Everyone's going, Dino's terrible. They benched him. They demoted him. Dino Babers did not get demoted. I am telling you that right now. Dino Babers does not get demoted. Okay? Was there some coaching? Was there some play calling issues there? A little bit, not a lot. Dino's one hell of a offensive coordinator. Matt Atkins is the new guy. He's the first guy up, man. And here's the deal. They're going to do well with Matt Atkins. And then Desiree now has to keep him. Brett has to keep him. Because I think they're going to do well for the rest of the season. After this Utah win, I think there's a chance, guys, to play Utah or Kansas State again in the Big 12 championship. They have to beat, they got to beat everybody. But Arizona has to beat Texas Tech next week. Well, no, it's this week. They got to beat Texas Tech next week. They got to beat Colorado. They got to beat UCF. That's it. Well, they got to beat everybody. But the whole goal here is after beating Utah, we're all now, oh God, we can win this. Yeah, we can. I don't think people are realizing, some of us are, that Utah is one of the top 5 toughest places in the country to play. It's even tougher than BYU. BYU, well, hell, that's another team that we got to watch out for. But Utah is in my opinion, one of the top 6 places to play in all of college football. They've got the best college football coach in all of college football. Now that Nick Saban is done with, Kyle Whittingham just stepped in as the number 1 spot. Cam Rising, does he change this game against Arizona? Yeah, he does. He absolutely does. They're going to throw, I think it's a lot closer of a game. And but I still think Arizona wins it because they were going to put pressure on them. But the bottom line is they did a lot of things that they needed to do to beat Utah. So overall, where does this Utah win put Arizona in the Big 12? Well, it puts them in the driver's seat. Now, I'm a voter in the Tasker rankings. I think I voted them 24. 24 or 21, I can't remember. But, other people vote. There's other voters in the Tasker rankings. And if I'm voting 24 and Arizona ends up 20, that means some people, a lot of these guys, I don't ask them who'd you vote for. All the other guys, there's 8 college football and NFL legends within those 8, and then there's 3 to 4 staff guys who vote for an outside NFL analyst as a voter. So some of these guys had to vote Arizona deep into the top 20 after beating Utah. I mean, I saw AP didn't even rank them. Here's the deal. You go into Utah, top 5 toughest place to play in the country, on the road, and you dominate. That's what happened. Arizona dominated Utah defensively. Who'd have thunk it? Unbelievable effort. Tacario Davis. I've been a heavy critic on Tacario and Noah as of late. I'm going to touch on Tacario right now. And when that defense came out in the second half, they didn't make adjustments, guys. But Tacario Davis is the best cover corner in college football. He got lost a couple times in the first half. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in the locker room with Dwayne Akina talking to the defensive staff, because what they did in the second half, really, they didn't make too terrible amount of adjustments, but they started moving more guys in. Tacario Davis was playing like they said, if you don't play your gem, we're going to kill your dog. That's what I mean. He was out for blood, and he was the Big 12 defensive player of the week. He could be him and Jacob Manu could be defensive player of the Big 12 if they continue this route that they've taken after the Utah game. So defensively in the second half, it looked like a completely different Arizona team that we've seen in the first 2 months. It's who I voted for. This is the defense. When my first vote for Tasker Raking, I had Arizona ranked at 10, because this is the defense that I knew was there. This is how they needed to play. This is the defense that I knew was there. That's why I voted them 10. Now, just because they beat Utah at Utah, which is the best win in the last 20 years for Arizona, doesn't mean they want to put it back at 10. Noah's still not there until the last 2 series. That third, I think it was a third down, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he runs out of the pocket and he throws the ball 50 yards on the run to the back of the end zone on a dime. That is an NFL throw. I saw that throw when he was in high school. He was throwing 20-yard boundary routes across the hash, across the field. Noah Fafita's got all the talent in the world. But this is the bone I had to pick with Noah for 3 quarters, guys. Now, I was at the game. If you're watching it on TV, you didn't see it very much. He had guys open all night long and he was missing. And I'm not saying really overthrowing them. They're there. Kean Barrett was open twice down the middle of the field, one time in the end zone, untouched, and Noah didn't throw to him. Noah's not seeing them. I don't know why he's not seeing them. Again, guys, I'm not a coach. I'm not on the practice field. I'm thinking if you start repping things in practice with Noah and start moving the ball around a little bit, and start getting here on my, on my notes for the post game notes, Ken Burnett, he had the game that we needed to win. I said it last week. Ken Burnett's got to play. He's got to throw the ball to him to win. And, that's what's going to happen. You got to start throwing to guys like Keon and Jeremiah Patterson and so on and so forth. I don't know what's happening to Montana Craig. Where is he? Why aren't we throwing the ball to him? I mean, he was outstanding last year. So I don't know what's going on there, but just got to keep working with Noah. He's probably one of the smartest kids. He's the most professional kid. Now, like I say, I don't coach him, but I've talked to the coaches. I know a few of the coaches at Arizona, and they say he's a pro. It's one of the most mature quarterbacks that they have. So overall, like I say, Noah, for the first 3 quarters, I was so disappointed in. He was just guys wide open. So, I know I was making some social media posts on Twitter during the game, and I know I pissed most of you guys off, but I don't care. My job is not here to make friends. My job is not to sugarcoat it. Not to blow smoke up your hoo-ha. I'm here, and I'm not here to be biased. I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you what I'm seeing. And what I saw is what we saw last week against Kansas State. What I saw is, if we run the ball, replace a couple guys, move people around, give different people looks, they could beat Utah. So I'm just telling you what things I see. And what I've seen with Utah, I just happened to get right with you, or what I've seen with, New Mexico, NAU, and Kansas State. What you see is what you get, and what I thought they could do to win, they did, and they won. So overall, when I say those things on social media, you can say one guy called me. One man said I have little man's complex. Yeah, some guy said I had little man's complex. An Arizona fan. You do realize I'm 6'6", 275 pounds, right? Little man complex. I'm just telling it like I see it. So when I'm harsh on somebody, I'm not coming from it as a fan. I'm coming from it as a football guy. And when I'm on this show, I'm 75% football guy, 25% fan. I mean, I went to Arizona. I'm a diehard Wildcat. My coaching days are done, 40 plus years. I'm an old man, 40 plus years, and I've done it at all levels. And now I get a chance to share my passion in talking about what I'm seeing with Arizona. So if I make posts on social media and you guys want to call me names, that's fine. But come back at me if I'm wrong, not when I'm right. Okay, everybody. Thanks for checking in, guys. Texas Tech coming up this week. This is the Arizona Snap Judgment post-game report. This week, we're going to here in a couple more days. Well, I think in a couple more days, we're going to do the Texas Tech pregame here. I'll be coming up. So join us on the Zona POV Snap Judgment pregame, Texas Tech in Tucson. All right, everybody, join us at thezonapov.com. Also, follow me on Twitter at Timmy D Football and at Zona POV for the folks over at Zona POV. At Zona POV on Twitter, thezonapov.com, at Timmy D Football Twitter, at Zona POV Twitter. Bear down.